All right, how we doing? Um, Having some technical difficulties this morning. Surprise, surprise. So this is going to be a little different than the original plan was. Actually, I have to go Friday morning. I don't know if any of you have had to do like exchange iPad or get iPad help or go to that school building down on Como, down by the fair. I have to go there Friday and exchange and get a different laptop because something with the operating system in this laptop that I have is not working, and I've only had this laptop for like 6 months. So my whole point in telling you that is if you're frustrated, if you're having difficulties, if things aren't working, I understand, trust me. So it was really hard not to throw that thing out the window this morning, but I refrained. So we're going to plan B for today, which will be fine. I'll still be in with doing it synchronously or live right at the beginning of every period, no big deal. So we're gonna take it from here. When you come in the mornings, this is what you'll see, or the days we have class, when you come into the Google Meet at the beginning of this class, this is what you'll see. You'll see the whiteboard, the goal will be up, the date will be up, I'll be here. I'll have my notebook, I have my work area here. So very first thing you do, like your do now or your Ignite part of the lesson, is get the goal and the date down at the top of your notebook. As I said before, you'll use your notebook every single day, every day. Helps keeps you organized, sets you up to be successful. You know exactly, you'll know on September 16th what we did is we created textual lineage. Now, textual lineage is this, academic language, this 8th grade talk for how we say a timeline of your reading. Basically what it is, when you see a phrase or a word, you don't know what it means, chunk it, break it down into the parts that you do know. Then you can use all your other context clues, every other strategy you've learned about reading to figure out what it means. So for textual lineage, textual, text, well that's a book. I know texts are books, so it's gotta have something to do with a book. A lineage, well line is in there. So it's got to be something to do with some line of books. I don't know. Well, that's what it is. It's a timeline with books you've read. How you do it is this. The very left side. First book you ever remember reading all by yourself. You sat down and you read a book and you got done. You didn't have to have somebody help you, whoever's there to help you, brother, sister, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, cousin, whoever. You sat down and you started reading the book and you were done, and it was like, holy crap, I just read a book. Now, that goes on the far left. I put a picture of mine, of my notebook, of my textual lineage in with this assignment so you can see how I did it. Mine was Where the Wild Things Are. Pretty sure it was first grade. I remember sitting down and I got done and it was a super weird feeling because I'm like, nobody had to help me. I didn't have to ask for help for a word. Like I read it and I understand it. I know what happened. I always could decode, like I was good at words. I know what letter sounds are, I could read. I know what a word was. But when it came time to retell or to comprehending what I read, that's when it got a little harder. Where the Wild Things Are, that was the first book. Like I read it and I understood it and it made sense. It was a pretty big deal for me. Then at the far right, you put the most recent book you've read, or if you're in the middle of a book right now. My book, I'm right in the middle of reading White Fragility. I figured, especially just with everything, the way the world is right now, I really wanted to learn a little more about race and my role in it being a white man. So I just took that upon myself to learn a little more. So anyway, in mine, it kind of goes through like different parts of my life. Mine's a little different than yours because I'm older than you. So like in grade school, or what you call elementary school, for me it was grade school, Encyclopedia Brown. It's like this boy detective. I don't know, I was fascinated by that. There was a series. So every time a book came out, it was a new mystery that he was solving. Then there was Tom Sawyer. 8th grade for me was Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn, and Great Expectations. 3 classics we read in my English class. Once you read those, that was like a rite of passage for high school. Then we knew we were ready for high school, so that was another big deal. These books on here are all from really important parts in my life. The Bell Jar, Sylvia Plath, she was a poet, a real depressed lady, she committed suicide. That was in high school. High school for me, that was a tough time in my life as well. So I read a lot of depressing poetry. And then in my 20s, 30s, Hunter S. Thompson was an author. He's dead now, but wrote some good books. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, a favorite book of mine. Then The Iceman, Confessions of a Mafia Contract Killer. My thing is I enjoy reading nonfiction. I like it to be real. I like it to be facts. But I also kind of like it to tell a story, but I want to learn something from it. I want to have a takeaway. And whatever it is, serial killers, the mafia, that stuff, it fascinates me. I don't know why. The cartel, but it just like, how does a person get, like what happens to somebody that's the path that they choose in life? That's what interests me. So anyway, and then I'm reading White Fragility now, so. You'll do this the same as with your I Am poem. Take a photo of it, take a photo just like I did, take a photo of your notebook page, import that photo of your notebook page into Notability on a new note. Then when you go to submit it, submit that note containing the photo of your notebook page, of your textual lineage, into Schoology. So get going on that. And any questions, always remember I'm in the office from 2 to 3, so don't be shy. Come and ask for help. Okay, I'll see you later.